Attraction is not always about what you say or do consciously. It's often about what lingers in the subconscious mind. The most powerful seducers understand that true influence happens beneath the surface, where emotions, instincts, and primal desires reside. This is not game. This is not seduction. This is spiritual mastery, magnetic presence, and energetic alignment. This is about becoming the man who cannot be forgotten, the man whose energetic frequency echoes long after he leaves a room. It is about rising above carnal chase and instead choosing energetic embodiment, where your sexual energy is so refined, sacred, and potent that you imprint her psyche without touch. Welcome to the realm where presence penetrates deeper than flesh, into the domain of the subconscious, where true influence lies. Before we dive into showing up in her subconscious, we must understand the current. Sexual energy is not just desire, it is life force. It is the energy that creates worlds, births ideas, builds civilizations, and fuels legacy. When refined and retained, it becomes a magnetic field around you. Your sexual energy is your subconscious language. It is not about what you say. It is about how your body speaks, how your spirit vibrates, and how your energy communicates before you open your mouth. A man who conserves his sexual energy becomes deeply rooted in himself. His presence sharpens. His aura strengthens. His eye contact becomes soul-piercing. His walk becomes intentional. His touch, if it ever happens, is electric. He no longer seeks attention. Attention seeks him. A woman's subconscious is where she stores emotion, memory, fantasy, trauma, and desire. It is a sacred archive of her inner world. While most men try to impress her conscious mind with words, gifts, or games, only a few know the path into her subconscious. That path is energetic. You do not show up in her subconscious by over-talking or chasing. You show up there when your energy speaks to her intuition, not her logic. A woman may forget your name, your face, your words, but she will never forget how your energy made her feel. If you grounded her, challenged her, activated her feminine, or ignited a new standard, her subconscious will remember. She may dream of you. She may feel your presence in your absence. She may compare others to you without realizing it. That is the power of aligned sexual energy. It becomes her internal reference point. The quickest way to dull your presence in her subconscious is to be depleted. Ejaculating frequently weakens your magnetism. A man who constantly expels his life force through mindless pleasure is invisible to the subconscious. His energy is flat. His aura is noisy, chaotic, forgettable. But when you practice semen retention, something changes. Your eyes become brighter. Your voice becomes deeper. Your scent becomes more potent. Your movements slow down, become deliberate. You start speaking the language of kings, nonverbal dominance. She doesn't just see you. She feels you. Her body picks up signals before her mind can analyze them. This is the bridge into the subconscious. Refined sexual energy stored, not scattered. Every day you retain, you glow. Every week you retain, your field expands. Every month you retain, you become unforgettable. The most magnetic thing to a woman is a man on a mission. Purpose is erotic. It is rare. Most men chase women. Very few chase destiny. And the man who chases destiny becomes a mirror that forces a woman to see her own. She remembers you not just because of how you looked or what you said, but because your purpose awakens something in her. To show up in her subconscious is to be more than a lover. You must become an archetype, a standard, a symbol. She must associate you with growth, with alignment, with elevation. If being in your presence made her feel safer, more feminine, or more awakened, she will never forget you. A man without purpose disappears after physical presence fades. A man with purpose lingers in dreams, daydreams, and decisions. You do not leave an imprint by trying to dominate with aggression or ego. That is shallow masculinity. To show up in her subconscious, you must master control masculinity. Still waters that run deep. It is not about raising your voice, flexing your strength, or trying to seduce. It is about holding your power silently, speaking calmly, leading gently, touching with intention, holding space instead of filling it with noise. When your masculinity is rooted, calm, and deeply disciplined, it becomes a healing presence. And the subconscious records safety before it records seduction. She will forget the loud man who sought control. But she will always remember the man who never needed control, yet made her feel profoundly safe, seen, and surrendered. Most men avoid emotion. That makes them surface level. But to enter the subconscious, you must embrace depth, not emotional chaos, but emotional clarity. Your ability to be emotionally honest, grounded, and still unshakable is magnetic. When you speak from truth, not manipulation, you create a resonance in her that bypasses her defenses. Emotional depth doesn't mean oversharing. It means being in tune, knowing when to speak, when to listen, when to hold her pain without trying to fix it, when to be present without needing anything in return. That is what builds subconscious trust. The man who is emotionally attuned becomes the benchmark. Every time she encounters shallow masculinity, her subconscious pulls up the memory of the man who is still, steady, and real. That man becomes a haunting echo of what she now desires, but cannot find easily. Most men try to stay relevant by being overly present, but sometimes it is your absence that does the work. If you've shown up in truth, integrity, and energetic clarity, then silence is not a void. It is a mirror. Your absence becomes a reminder of your quality. Discipline in communication, especially post-connection, creates space for her subconscious to digest your impact. When you don't chase, when you don't explain yourself, when you don't overtext or try to impress, that restraint is powerful. She starts wondering, reflecting, replaying. That's when she dreams about you. That's when your voice shows up in her thoughts. That's when her body responds to a memory. You have entered the subconscious not by force, but by calibrated presence followed by strategic withdrawal. This is the art of energetic imprinting. Sexual energy is not about intercourse. It is about polarity, the dance of masculine and feminine. When your masculinity is aligned, her femininity naturally awakens. You do not need to turn her on with words or performance. You activate her through energetic contrast. When you are grounded, she becomes fluid. When you are decisive, she surrenders. When you lead, she relaxes. This magnetic polarity etches deep in her being. You are not trying to be her fantasy. You become a symbol of masculine presence. That is the man who becomes her spiritual craving, long after physical interaction ends. Even if she moves on, her body will remember the contrast. She may find other men, but they will lack the energetic tension you provided. She won't be able to name it, but she will feel the absence of it. You do not need years to imprint her subconscious. You just need alignment in the moment. If you are fully present, grounded in truth, emotionally attuned, and sexually refined, one encounter can echo for years. It's not about quantity. It's about quality of presence. One gaze that sees her fully. One moment of laughter that touches her soul. One night of conversation that awakens a lost dream. These are the moments her subconscious treasures. Many men can give her attention. Few men can give her awareness. Be the man who listens deeply, who sees beyond the surface, who holds space like a grounded mountain. That man becomes a sacred memory, tattooed in her psyche. Ultimately, to show up in her subconscious, you must become a spiritual man, not religious, not mystical, but a man who has returned to his soul, a man in tune with the divine, with his ancestors, with creation itself. This is the man who sees sex as sacred, not just carnal, who sees connection as covenant, not transaction, who walks in integrity, not performance. When you carry the vibration of truth, divinity, and purpose, you don't just show up in her subconscious. You activate her soul. You become the man who reminded her of God, of alignment, of what's possible. You are no longer just a man. You are a messenger, a portal, a wake-up call. And no woman forgets the man who woke her up to her highest self. To show up in her subconscious is not something you do. It is someone you become. You do not enter her thoughts by force. You become such a frequency of divine masculine essence, retain energy, grounded presence, and emotional clarity that her spirit recognizes you as truth. You move through the world with quiet confidence, energetic discipline, and unwavering purpose. You are not seeking attention. You are aligned with mission. You are not chasing women. You are becoming the man she cannot forget, Your sexual energy becomes a sacred flame, not spread thin but condensed like fire in a diamond. Your words carry weight. Your silence carries mystery. Your presence carries peace. And when she lays awake at night, not knowing why she can't stop thinking of you, understand this. You didn't just enter her mind. You became a memory her soul refuses to release. Join the Retain to Thrive Telegram channel at the link below, where we focus on building discipline, overcoming distractions, and achieving goals. Join the supportive community sharing tips, motivation, and accountability. Let's grow together, one step at a time,